Hey guys and girls, I'm James and welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at Holystone's latest drone release today, the Holystone HS430. On Amazon it's this price right now, but I've got a 25% discount code if you use it right now. So if you look at that code, it's before you go 430.25 and you'll save 25%, which brings this drone down to under $40, which is the same price as the HS210, which I've always said is the biggest beginner mini drone to fly. But this one doesn't have modular batteries. This one has modular batteries. And just looking at it, you think, well, they make the 340. Why would they make another drone like this one? Guys, this little drone blows me away. And mini drones are so important to start with because it teaches the orientation of the drone. But this drone really packs a lot of punch. One thing, just looking at them, you might think that they're similar, but there's a lot of features that are easy to overlook on this one. One, this battery is a 730 milliwatt amp battery, and this one's 50 milliwatt amp batteries. Also, this one uses these little gears to turn the props, and these are direct drive. And these are foldable props. It's quieter. But even beyond that, look at the picture quality of this camera. Really good. And even in high winds, look at this stable video of it going across. It's a lot of fun to fly because it does the spins, the flips, the circles, and it's really quiet. So some of these little mini drones, they're really loud outside. This thing's pretty quiet. It comes with a really nice remote, and all the functions are laid out really good, and the app works really well. So for under $40, this one's got to go to the top of the list right now. It does come with prop guards if you fly it inside because they are brushed motors, but if they get in a bind, it'll burn the motors up. So let's go outside and put her up in the air. It's really windy, but it does really good in the wind. You'll see. Then I fly it inside, and then I'll go over instructions on how to get the remote down to the drone, how important it is to set the gyros every single time. Let me show you this right now. So this is when after I crashed it, I took it back off without resetting the gyros. Well, if you do that, it's just going to fly into a wall. You got to reset your gyros every single time. Make sure it's on a flat surface. So after our flight, I'll come back. I'll show you how to get the remote bound to the drone working with the app to get the camera to work and all the functions of it. And then I'll give you my final review. So let's go put her up in the air. So let me start by saying it's really windy out here. Unless you're a really good drone pilot, I wouldn't try flying in the wind. If there's a little bit of breeze, it actually gives you another challenge to fight just a little bit of breeze. But if you do go out, put it straight into speed 2, and speed 1 works really good on the inside. I love the light in the front, especially when it starts to be just a little bit darker outside. One thing I really noticed is how long this battery lasts. I'll show you at the end. I can't say enough how important it is to make a pre-start checklist. I hear in the forums that people having problems with these budget drones, but they're just not following the right protocol. So it's real important to make a pre-start checklist. And it's easy for me just to give you one, but it's better for you to write it for yourself. That way you understand the theory behind everything. How the Wi-Fi works not from your home, but through your phone into the camera, and how the gyro, every time you land it and every time you take off, just reset your gyros. Just make it a habit to reset those gyros on a flat surface. I think I showed you earlier, and I'll show you again how it just, if you take off with the gyros not reset after you crash it, it'll just run into the wall. And the thing that I'm most impressed with about this drone is the camera. Look at the color saturation on these pictures. It's really, really good. And here's the video. I mean, it's pretty windy outside, and I'm holding it sideways. You can see me going by. I've reviewed drones that cost $200 that don't have cameras this good, and this thing is under $40 with the discount code. And it comes with 3 batteries, and I'm just really happy with it. So now I'm going to take it inside and fly it around. Always fly it in speed 1 inside, and be sure and have your prop guards on, even though I don't, because these are brushed motors. And brushed motors, if they get in a bind, it'll burn the motor out. Yeah, see how good that light looks? It looks really good. It's very stable. It's got a built-in altitude hold. It doesn't have a sensor, but it does seem to hold altitude really well. One thing I did notice, one of the quirks of the drone, is when it gets real close to the ground and it's trying to land, it won't land all the way without sliding around for a few feet. So just go ahead and push the landing button all the way down and kill the motors. It's common for these little drones to have some little quirkiness to it, but it almost makes it kind of more fun to learn the drone. Here you can see I do the spin. The spin's a lot of fun, and it'll do it for 10 seconds, or I think it'll do it until you push the controller again. And then here I'm going to do the circle. The circle will do for 10 seconds, I know that, and you can either stop it by pressing in any direction, or after 10 seconds it'll stop doing this rotation right here. Be sure and only do your flips outside. If you do them inside, only bad things can happen because you need about 3 or 4 feet, and if it flips and hits a wall, it's going to tear it up. And I'll try to have an agenda. Don't just fly around aimlessly. I mean, try to practice your skill set. That's the whole point of these budget beginner drones before you move on to a bigger drone, is to really learn the orientation, how to fly it, how to have fun with them, and do figure eights, have it fly away from you, towards you, get another one, fly with your friends, have fun. Also, every time you change the battery, you're going to have to go through your pre-start checklist again. And at first, it kind of seems like it's a hassle, but then it becomes second nature. You got to realize, even on $10,000 drones, you've got to do compass calibrations and gyro calibrations and things like that. And every time you switch the battery, so especially on a budget drone, it's really dependent on you taking care of it and telling it how to react. So one thing that really impressed me about this drone was the battery. So when I was flying it, I was like, man, this lasts forever. And they say it lasts 13 minutes, but usually when they say 13 minutes, it's really like 8 or 9 minutes. So I set my timer up and ran a whole battery out, just sitting and kind of driving it around a little bit, but not a lot. And it did really good. As you can see, I'm not going to bore you for the whole time, but it went for 11.5 minutes, which is really good. So by the time you go through all 3 drones, what is that? 35 minutes. That's a lot of flying for a little drone. And also, don't put your batteries back on the chargers as soon as you pull them out. You got to let them cool off. These are LiPo batteries. Also, don't leave them charged. If you charge them up, fly the drone, it's better to let them run down if you're going to be storing them for a really long time. All right, so let's sit down and go over all the functions on the drone and how to get everything working. All right, guys, let's see what she weighs in at. She weighs in at 73 grams, which is a lot more than the HS430 at 48 grams and the DERC D20 at 66 grams. So how much is 74 grams? 74 grams is about the same weight as one of these little Huggies. Oh, I love these things. So the drone comes with the remote, 3 batteries, charger, prop guards, extra blades, and these blades are labeled A and B. So if you go to replace them, make sure you get the right one on the right side. And it does come with a handy dandy screwdriver to replace a little screw right there in the middle. So the prop guards just pop on right here, and then you push this little thing to get them back out. So the gimbal does move up and down manually. The battery slides in and out pretty easy. It's got a real nice light in the front when you turn it on, and the one in the bottom is red. Once it's connected, this will stay solid, and the light will stay solid red. So the battery is a 730 milliwatt amp battery, which compared to like the HS430, which is a 500. Even this DERC D10, which is in the same class, is a 500 also. So it's got a pretty powerful battery. It takes about 1.5 hours to charge, and the light will stay red while it's charging, and it'll take green. It's nice that these are modular because they pop right in and out. So on the remote, there's a switch up here. You think it's going to move the gimbal, but it doesn't. You can move the gimbal manually on the drone. Up here is a short press to take a photo, long press to take a video. The short press puts it into headless mode once it's paired. That takes away the orientation of the drone. You don't want to learn how to fly a drone that way. Just learn to fly it the right way. A long press, it sets a trim. So if it seems to be sliding to the left or to the right, you hold this down till it starts beeping, and then you just kind of move this the opposite direction to get the trim set. Takes a little practice, but you'll get the hang of it. Up here, a short press makes it spin. That's real cool. And a long press makes it circle around you. Just remember, there's no obstacle avoidance on this. This is your takeoff button, but it won't take off till you start the motors. I'll go over that in a minute. Here's how you turn it on, and you got high and low speed right here. Be sure and go straight to high speed if you're outside and it's windy. So you turn it on here, and these 4 lights right here also are going to tell you how charged up your 3 batteries are in the back, and they're going to blink. They're going to blink until the drone is paired. So to pair the drone, you turn it on, and these lights will blink because this remote is not paired with this drone. To get it to pair, on the left side, go up and down. And now it's paired because they're not blinking. See how they're solid? And this is solid, so now it's paired, but the gyros aren't set. So don't take off until you set your gyros. And you may want to make a pre-start checklist. So make sure it's on a flat surface and pull down and to the right. And you want to do this every time you crash. And I just make a good practice of doing it every time before I take off. So you pull down and to the right. It beeps at you, blinks, and now they're set. So make sure it's on a flat surface, because it's on a tilted surface. It's going to think that that's flat. When it takes off, it's going to be hard to control. If you press the takeoff button, it's not going to take off. Some drones it will. What you got to do is you got to start the motors, and how you do that is to pull in and down on both sticks. And you can do that to stop it, or you can hit, if you hold down on this button, that's an emergency stop, and they'll stop. So I don't like that this button is a takeoff button, land button, and the emergency stop button, because if you press this too long and you're meaning to make it land, it's going to fall out of the sky. So if you're wanting to land it, just touch this and it'll land softly. Don't press down on it, it's going to fall out of the sky. That's what it did to me on my driveway, and luckily it's okay. So I'm going to fly it with my phone, but I'm going to show you on my iPad how to get the camera to work. So everything I'm going over is in this instruction manual, but who wants to read this, right? No, really, it's best to read it and kind of go over it to familiarize yourself, or just come back and keep watching my video. Also, if you're getting something out of it, please like and subscribe. Subscribers mean everything to me on this channel. So what you want to do is go to page 14, open up your this QR code here, open up the camera on your phone, put the QR code, it will take you to the App Store, and it's a holystone FPV. And you can open it up, allow, and you can go into it, but it's a Wi-Fi drone. So before you do anything, you've got to do this every single time you start the drone up or change batteries or anything. You've got to go to your settings and go back to your Wi-Fi. And you see here, holystone FPV. So now the app is linked to the drone, so the camera will work. So I'm going to go back to the app, go through all this, enter device. Now the camera's working. Wow, that's pretty good. So just like all these budget beginner mini drones, I only use the app to record videos and stuff, because even this takeoff and landing button does not work. The only thing that might work is if you want to take pictures and videos. So let's see, will it work? Yep, took a picture, okay? And then you can also start a video, and it has a little, it'll be red and blinking, but you can also do that with the remote. And then you can go back down here to your gallery, and you can look at the pictures that you took or the videos. Wow, look at that, get $15 refund. There you go. I think I'm gonna try that out. And then you can move the gimbal up and down. So if you're wanting to take... All right, guys, let's go back for our final review. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching my review of the holystone HS430. And for under $40 when you use my discount code, man, this drone is incredible. I can't believe how good the camera is, how long the battery lasts, how good the camera footage is. I mean, the pictures and video of it's really good. It's really quiet, has all the functions that you would want to with a non-GPS drone. It does the flips, the spins, the circles, and it's just really easy to fun to fly. I like the lights on it, and I love the battery life. The bigger battery in this little thing means a lot. I don't know how you can go wrong if you're wanting a mini budget beginner drone. I mean, this thing packs a lot for $40. So be sure and use the discount code. I don't know when it's going to go up. Holystone will let me know that soon. So I got to put this one right at the top of the list of any drone out there. Holystone just keeps improving their product, making them better and better. They have the best customer service out there. And as always, if you got something out of this, please like and subscribe. Subscribers mean everything to me on this channel. And soon I'll be giving one of these away for my 4,000 subscriber giveaway when I give away 4 drones, and that'll be in a few weeks. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.